Hey, it ran.
In the previous video, we almost got the REO to run, and then we discovered that the old fuel pump was not working. Since then, I've been to the shops. So I got this Facet PosiFlow electronic fuel pump. Why? Because apart from a cheap Chinese thing, this was the only one they had. But yeah, it should hopefully do the trick. Back in the day, I always used to buy the square metal one, but now it would seem that you only get a plastic facet. Probably not the same everywhere, but remember where I live. Not everything is available here. We call these here in South Africa a tuk-tuk pump because of that noise it makes. Tuk, 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 tuk. I got the new PosiFlow pump installed here on the side of the frame. As per Facet's recommendations, yes, I did read the instructions. So it's mounted at a 45-degree upward angle. I've got my filter between the pump and the tank. And I also checked the vertical distance between the pump and the bottom of the tank. It should not exceed 12 inches, as Facet says. So we're good there. The original old mechanical fuel pump, I'm going to leave that in place for now. Maybe later on I'll take it off, open it up, see if we can get it going. But for now, we're going to just do this. And I also took the carburetor off again because we noticed another problem. Let me just close this thing up before something falls in there. There's a problem here with the accelerator pump, right there. When you give throttle, you're supposed to get a fuel spray here on the pump jets inside there, but there's nothing. So have a look here. If I open the throttle, you can see this is the pump lever that pushes that pump down, and then fuel is supposed to squirt through these jets right here. Another on that side, but there's nothing coming through. I think they are called the pump jets. Don't shoot me if I use the wrong terms here. I'm not a carburetor specialist. So if we look at the thing from this side, when I open the throttle, that pump plunger will move down, like so. And then the fuel is supposed to travel through a tiny passageway here, then up there, and then from there to the fuel jet, or pump jet rather, that sits there and there. Up here is a little ball valve so that it can get a supply of air from here. But it would seem that these passageways are blocked. We had this pump out, it all looks okay, the diaphragm and all of that. So I can only suspect that somehow these passages are blocked because no fuel is getting through to the pump jets. So we then tried every trick in the book and anything we could think of to try to get this business to work. We had these two jets out to make sure that they were clean. We stripped the little pump, took that apart, checked things out there, that seemed okay. Copious amounts of carb cleaner in there. Blue carb cleaner in here and also from the inside, compressed air. Tried poking it with little bits of wire to see if we could dislodge some kind of a blockage. Nothing was helping and nothing was working. It seems to me that there's a blockage somewhere in this passageway or somewhere in that passageway. So now what? So you must have seen on carburetors these little brass inserts. It's obviously there when they make the carburetor or manufacture it, they drill a little passageway, and when it's drilled, they block it with this little brass insert, right? And there was one of those little brass inserts right there at the end of this passageway that we suspected of being blocked. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. So I drilled out that little brass insert, and then we stuck a little piece of wire through there to check that passageway, and it was open. So then we thought surely the blockage must be in this passageway right here. But now you can't stick a piece of wire or a sharp thing in there because you've got this little ball valve which prevents you from doing that. So now how the hell do you take out this little thing without destroying it? So like I said, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Then I drilled a hole here on the other side of this passageway after some careful aiming. And lo and behold, when we stuck a piece of wire in there, we managed to dislodge a blockage that was sitting somewhere in this passageway, and we managed to clear it. Now, the problem is I need to block my newly drilled holes again. So here's what I did to fix this whole thing. If you look carefully, you can see that I ran a tap in there and I threaded the hole M4. So now I can screw in a tiny little M4 bolt. I guess set screw would be the better word, eh? Yes, I think that is a step closer. We already got that one in. But you know what, I'm thinking about this now. No matter how tight I make them, these little fellows are still going to leak here. So modern alchemy to the rescue. I think I'm going to stick a little bit of this stuff in there. I used Bradley steel quickset epoxy to fix a hole in the aluminium radiator of old Flytrap. And that's been some years ago and it's still holding. So I think this is going to do the trick. It actually even reads that it's fuel resistant. Now if memory serves, a similar brand in other parts of the world is JB Weld. It's the same kind of thing. I mean, look here, there's a whole freaking bulldozer hanging off a part that's been glued with this stuff. How can I go wrong? So I've mixed up some of Mr. Pratley's mutti on a non-absorbent surface as per instructions. And then I put some onto the threads and the washers and on my fingers and snug down these little set screws tightly. So with Mr. Pratley's assistance, my forest engineering fix is now done. It says here that it needs 24 hours to reach full strength. So I'm going to leave this alone until tomorrow. And yeah, the barefoot mechanic is coming around tomorrow as well. So hopefully we can then get this carburetor back into place and see if we can finally get this truck to run properly. I can't wait. In the previous video, I asked if you oaks might have some information on REO trucks, because information is so scarce on these REOs. And man, the response has been fantastic. I don't have that many subscribers, but I'll tell you one thing, I definitely have the best subscribers on YouTube. So please allow me just a little time and I'll show you what I received. Via Facebook, Herman de Jager posted a photo of this 1958 white truck. The cab is virtually the same as far as I can see, but the wheels are very different. And so is the grille and of course the badge. Also via Facebook, Leroy Brown sent this photo of a 1962 E200 model that is almost exactly the same as mine, with the exception of the two-piece windshield. He also sent a photo of this awesome brochure of the REO E-Series trucks. I think it's pretty safe to assume that mine is an E200 as well. Leroy even sent this spec sheet of the E200 truck models. Chuck Palmer posted photos of pages in this Motors truck repair manual. There are engine specs for all the different REO engines. Mine has to be either the OA292 or the OA331-6. I'm not quite sure yet, and I can kick myself now for not measuring cylinder diameter when we had the sump off. Damn. Also a page with tune-up specs, very handy info to have. Matt the Scrap Whisperer went to the trouble to order the exact same manual so that he could send me photos via email. Thanks my brother, I appreciate it man. Go check out his YouTube channel, Matt the Scrap Whisperer, if you want to see what he's up to. Joe also sent me engine specs via email. And then Bob Anderson mailed me a link to this very interesting PDF document with lots of useful info. According to this sketch, I have the 1959B model. I'm not quite sure yet, it's still very confusing. It would seem REO made so many different models and variants on the theme. Richard Barrett and Neil McFarlane sent this image clip from the 1965 movie Strange Bedfellows. Now that is an exact match. It's even right-hand drive like mine. Unfortunately, there is no info about the truck itself. Thanks for all the info, you guys. Much appreciated. Now let's get back to that carburetor. Epoxy is fully cured, hopefully. So let's get some petrol here in a bowl so we can test our fix. Funny how words differ, eh? Here in South Africa, gas is something that comes in a bottle that you used to cook with and stuff like that. Right, moment of truth. I'm gonna give it throttle and it should spray through those jets. Let's see. I don't know if you can see, but it's working. Close up, hopefully you can see it. Yes, man. We got it. Look at this. The bottom throttle body, or whatever you call this part, is made from steel, and I tried painting it. But with all this petrol around, that was basically a waste of time, because now it's just a mess. So I just took off all that crumpled paint with a wire brush so we can see what's going on here. And here where I put in the epoxy on my little block screws, or whatever you want to call them, yeah, we seem to be fine. No leaks. So we'll have to see what it does down the line. And look who's in the house. Mr. McCready just arrived.
Good morning, sir.
McCready, is that Irish or Scottish, my boo?
Scottish.
Scottish. I bet nobody knew he's got some Scottish ancestry in him, eh? Scottish.
Yeah.
You should be wearing one of those little skirt things.
I should, eh? A kilt.
A kilt?
Yeah.
Can you speak Scottish?
No, not yet, not fully.
I mean, I really have an accent, eh?
Yes.
My ancestry is French, can you believe it, eh?
Ooh.
Yeah. The French Huguenots arrived in South Africa in, I think it was the 1700s.
Sure, as early as that.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Eh? And I'm from there, so yeah, but I can't speak French, so there's nothing French left in me.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, si, merci. So anyway, good timing, my brother. I just got that fuel pump installed.
Yes.
So that's a step forward. And you know that business with the carburetor?
Yeah.
I put the epoxy on yesterday.
Awesome.
So that's good. Then I tested it. It's working.
All right.
So hopefully now, eh?
Yes.
Hopefully
it'll
not.
run for longer than 10 minutes, eh?
1 minute. I think last time it was like 1 minute. Okay. Well, let's give it a shot. So we're just getting the carburetor back into place. And then hopefully we can do it on our ceiling. Okay, so I've got the pump connected to a switch technician wire. So hopefully now, Wayne, when you turn the key to on, we should go tuck, tuck, tuck. Let's see. Oh yes, I can hear it. There we go.
Yeah.
And it seems to be priming as well by the sound of it.
Yes, that's it, eh?
This is our petrol tank for now.
Very fancy.
She's got this 5-liter can standing here on a crate, and then a pipe from the pump goes into that. And this madman is still eating his customary oats for breakfast wherever he goes.
Oats so good. Breakfast.
You're one crazy dude, my brother, but I love you. Okie dokie, it's the moment of truth. I'm gonna swing it, let's see what happens.
Alright.
Ignition on.
Very good. Very good. Oh.
That's awesome, man.
The vapor just started, but it's actually not a lot.
Sounds alright. I'm gonna check the oil pressure.
Yes, yes.
Oil pressure is good. Now we can mess around with idle adjustments and air screws and all of that when it's warmed up a bit.
Where are these? Have you set them? There's a flat screwdriver.
Right reverse. Clutch seems to be working. High five my brother, she's finally running, eh?
Awesome. Yeah.
And the clutch is engaging.
Yes. First, reverse.
Get her forward and backwards. So I think now we can mess around with fine tuning.
That's it.
Check out the timing a little bit, mess around with all that stuff.
I must bring the timing right. Yes.
Fine tune the carburetor.
Yes.
All that kind of nonsense.
Yes.
So
And then we need some gauges, you said, eh?
yes, definitely. I'd like to get in some gauges. The only gauge we've got in there is an oil pressure gauge, which is working. Mechanical one. I'm not too keen on the mechanical ones. There's a little pipe going all the way there.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It doesn't look like the temperature gauge is working. I'm not happy with that at all.
And we need a rev counter.
And I would really like to install a rev counter, which it doesn't have. So I'm going to get a new water temp gauge, oil pressure gauge, and a rev counter.
Yeah, that's it.
And then when that is in, we could possibly take it for a drive.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd just like to know the temperature.
Looking forward to that. Eh?
That's going to be fun. So soon.
revs.
Eh?
Temperature and revs, because like you say...
We want revs. We just saw that there's no speedo cable, so we don't have a speedometer.
No.
But besides that, we want to see revs.
Yes.
Especially since we haven't got the governor that's working.
And you said we shouldn't be revving it over 1,500 RPM.
No, they call max 3.2.
Oh,
3,200. Yeah. Apparently, to some specs I've seen, max torque is around 1.215. I remember correctly now.
Okay.
I do remember max power at 3,200.
Right.
Don't want to rev more than that.
Okay, good.
Coolio!
Right.
To celebrate the successful starting of the truck, we're just stripping out the interior for a change of pace. The whole hoodliner is a mess, eh?
Yes, and I think you're going to buy me a beer later and I'm going to buy you a beer later.
I think we definitely have to do that because it's running now. So yeah, we're just going to mess around with something like this for a change of pace.
Yeah, prepping the interior so we can put the seat in for a drive.
Yes, maybe I might actually just do something about the floor and paint it a bit or something.
Yeah,
check it out. Yeah, this all cardboard, hardboard, whatever headliner is a mess, eh?
Right, good.
That's not going to work again.
We can start fresh.
Eh?
We can start fresh.
Start fresh.
I like fresh.
So look here, this is interesting, eh? I mean, yeah, look at it, it's yellow.
Yeah.
So the original color on this truck was definitely yellow. I mean, yellow here behind the headliner, that's never been out before.
No, never.
Yeah. More evidence that it used to be
Yellow.
Yellow. Mellow yellow.
Clean up.
So in our infinite wisdom, we decided to remove these floor panels. And now we've discovered another can of worms. And wasps' nests.
Yeah.
And what else are you seeing, Wayne? All sorts of...
Here's a wasp nest and they still got in them.
Yes, there's still wasps in it.
Well, I don't know, bro.
Maybe just a larvae or something.
Yeah.
Well, I'm running when one comes out.
Well, No, in theory they would have come out long time ago.
No, can't be anything still alive in here, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have to clean up this business, but it's a good thing we've opened here because now we can check out linkages and whatnot. There on your side, we've got all the
brake clutch,
all of that
accelerator
stuff.
linkage.
Yeah, so we can check it all out and service it and all that.
I see that the rear engine gearbox mountings are the same as the front mountings.
Oh, is that so, eh?
Oh.
Now we can check out the air condition. And we can scrape away now and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is going to be a bit of scraping.
Just take all this dirt and put it in a different position.
On the floor.
Which would be the floor. No, well, let's mess around with it then.
20 minutes later.
That's much more like it.
Yeah, we got bored with scraping and cleaning that gearbox or transmission, as some of you guys say. So we ripped out the old silencer just for fun. This whole exhaust system needs replacing anyway. Yeah, now of course I can't help thinking that maybe we should do an exhaust stack. This is a piece of 3-inch pipe, which is the same size as that exhaust manifold. But yeah, I don't know, looking at it, does look a little bit Mickey Mouse to me. Maybe we should try a piece of 4-inch pipe instead. Let's see. Right, here's a piece of 4-inch pipe. Gonna make that stand here a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks more like business, eh? That could look really cool, I reckon. So what do you think? Shall we do an exhaust stack? Let me know. How about we do 2, one on each side? Alright, let me get my sorry ass up here without falling down. There we go. Gotta balance carefully because there's no deck on the back of this thing yet. Ta-da! Alright, so no stacks, 1 stack or 2 stacks. Know anything about exhaust systems? Would 2 4-inch stacks on a single inline engine with a 3-inch exhaust manifold outlet even work? Is it feasible or will it be problematic? I look forward to your response. Well, I must say, 2 4-inch stacks do look freaking cool, man.
Whatever makes you happy, it just depends on you. So think a little bigger and dream.